Steph Curry, man, what a performance. What a performance to bring it home. And the season is still alive, folks. It's still alive. We're not talking about what happened in Mexico City with the Giants. No, we're not talking about a draft in which the Niners selected kicker in what was that, the third round? Jake Moody? Not mad at it.
In the words of Rick Barry, Giants, Niners, I could not care less right now.
The quest for 5 brought
and you know I love both those teams.
I could not care less.
No, we cannot. We could. Giants lose to Mexico City. Niners have a draft. We'll touch on it at some point. At some point.
Today's
maybe
not
in June.
that day.
Today's not the day. Tomorrow's not going to be the day. Hell, this week's not going to be the day because LeBron and the Lakers are coming to town. That's what we're going to be talking about. The Quest for 5 brought to you by the Alameda PD, now offering a $75,000 hiring incentive. Our team is your future. Go to alamedapolice.org today to apply. That's a really cool gig. Bob Myers, we're going to replay that at 9:20. 9:20.
Oh, nice.
Bob Myers, president of basketball operations at GM, and they go to say words. But look, man, we know what we do after games. Day after games is about you, the listener. We talk with you, not at you. Shout out to Matt Steinmetz. Taking the calls. It's all about you. Your recap of Game 7. Stephen Curry. Nice things you want to say about the show, like Mark in Berkeley. What's happening, Mark? What's happening?
Oh, I thought I'd never get to say hi to you. I'm so happy. I can't say anything, but I just want you to break it down at some point because my family members, we don't know anything about the Lakers' new team. I know the best guy's LeBron, and the next guy, and then they say there's the third guard. Is that it?
Yeah, no. We got a lot to break down. Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder. We got a lot to break down tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow. We'll recap Game 7 today. Let's celebrate it. The Warriors have already moved on. Probably they flipped the page to the L.A. Lakers. We will do that tomorrow on this show.
Were you surprised, Bonte, that Bob Myers said that they celebrated the way that they not that they didn't you don't celebrate, but the fact that like everything felt very dialed down when they won in 2017, 2018 to get to a finals?
Not really
maybe
surprised.
It was 2018.
2018. Yeah, they were very subdued. I remember that. They were very subdued because they knew, look, we're the defending champions. We know we're going back to the finals.
Yeah.
Nobody can touch us. Nobody. As Matt Nahegan, our program director, rolls in on his scooter here and a fat cast on his leg. Oh, man, does that mean less tweets? Probably not. But it doesn't surprise me. Yesterday, when you think about Sacramento and the way this could possibly be. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't. But this could be their toughest test during this whole entire run.
Oh, I agree with that.
Because Sacramento matched up so well with them. The intel Mike Brown has with this team, the assistant coaches on that roster, quicker, younger legs, a true point guard. The Lakers, who's their true point guard? LeBron James is going to be handling the ball a lot.
Yeah.
When you take on if you take on the Denver Nuggets, you get past the Lakers or the Phoenix Suns. You don't really fear Chris Paul like that, and Denver doesn't really have a true point guard. So, and the Boston Celtics don't have a true point guard. So that may be, the Sacramento Kings may be their toughest test when you think about their young legs, their athleticism, the way they play offensive basketball, the top team in the regular season. So I do understand why there was so much jubilation in that locker room.
Well, and I'm like, I don't want to break it all down today, but they got a big chunk of flesh taken out of them in this series, and that can wear you down. So, like, we'll just take it one step at a time. But today, I'm just so happy because after Friday night, the range of emotions this one weekend was. I was so angry leaving that stadium Friday night, and a lot of people were. I don't think I'm alone in this. I think a lot of people. Yeah. Now, are there people out there like I always held that hope? Yeah, I'm sure. That's not how I'm wired. I was so angry because they had an opportunity, and then you contrast that with watching that Memphis Laker game, and you're saying to yourself, that's how you take care of an opponent on the end in the Game 6. You take them out. Right. You don't mess around. You don't play with your food.
Right.
And the way that the Kings manhandled the Warriors on Friday night, I was like, they're old. They're going to have less time to recover. So I was surprised when I looked up and it was a close game at halftime because I'm like, all right, we're right there. We're right where we need to be. Everything was going well for the Kings, it felt like, in the first 16 minutes.
It was unbelievable. But the Game 6, going back to Game 6, Kings came out 8-0. 8-0 right away. Now, the Warriors fought back to take a lead at the end of the first quarter. But, a lot of people complained about the crowd. When you turn the ball over the way the Warriors did, when you get out-hustled on the offensive glass, and when you don't win 50-50 balls, that's a good way to take the crowd out of the game.
Yes.
And so, after Game 6, I just remember being on the post-game show saying, I am stunned. The Warriors usually take care of business at home to close an opponent out. And they weren't ready to play. And I also thought, I said, damn, Sacramento, for a team that hasn't been in that spot before,
right?
Facing an elimination game
on the road,
and to win that game in the fashion that they did. And I watched them walk out that locker room.
I heard they were talking that talk.
Well, they were talking that talk, but they were not celebrating. They were saying, we got one more to take care of, and now we're going back to the house.
Well,
and you heard Mike Brown say, we're just going to continue to run. And I thought, oh, boy, they're pushing the pace. They're controlling the pace. And they found something with the small lineup. Not playing Sabonis there in that fourth quarter,
totally
him falling out was the best thing to happen to the Sacramento Kings.
I totally agree with you on that. And I thought they would go to the Trey Lyles as the stretch five more. I mean, to me, the blueprint was at least Monk and Fox together for 30 minutes.
Right.
At least.
And sprinkle in some Davion.
Yes.
Keegan Murray played 45 minutes Friday night.
He was awesome.
He played 27 yesterday.
Well, and he started off great, which I don't understand.
Well, I thought there was a sub early in the third quarter that told me everything I needed to know about the Sacramento Kings. And I was like, oh, boy, Mike Brown and the Kings are tight. Early third quarter, 2-3 minutes in. I'll look at the game log right now. But 2-3 minutes into the second half, Mike Brown subs out Keegan Murray. And he keeps Harrison Barnes in the game. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know about that. Harrison Barnes was just MIA.
Yeah,
he missed the big shot in Game 4. He was MIA in Game 5.
Did he score 50 points combined all series?
He may not have. He may not have. I
I'm
can pull
dead
that up right
serious
now.
on that.
But no, seriously, he was not impactful at all. And Harrison Barnes only played 14 minutes on Friday night. He was not a factor whatsoever. And for Mike Brown to pull out Keegan so early in that half, I thought to myself, oh, no, Mike's getting tight. And he rolled Terrence Davis a little too long. Even Jeff Van Gundy on the broadcast said, I don't like the matchup with Terrence Davis on Stephen Curry. I don't like it at all.
He was hounding him, but he's a foul guy. And he also takes huge risks defensively. And he was playing on the top side. And once Steph Curry can go around you and you're riding his hip and he's in front, you're done.
Yep.
I mean, you're done.
Harrison Barnes scored 75 total points in that series against the Warriors. Didn't feel like it, but he shot 24% from the three-point line. He shot 37 in the regular season, 24% from the three-point line. Kevin Huerter shot 20% in the series from the three-point line. He hit the 1-3, and he was on the milk carton. And I thought he had regained his confidence after hitting some two big threes late in the fourth quarter to put that game away. I was like, oh, boy, now Kevin Huerter's seeing the ball go through the hoop. Keegan Murray's rolling. Malik Monk could get to any spot that he wants to. Fox, I thought, was an absolute wizard Friday night with the 11 assists and 26 points. And Trey Lyles played big as a small ball five.
Well, on the flip side, it felt like to me Dante DiVincenzo was playing himself out of the game.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't hit the right side of a barn, and it just felt like he passed up multiple wide open threes that 2 months ago he's ripping.
Yep.
No question about it.
Yep.
Everything felt super congested. GP2 gave me a lot of defense. Even offensively, he felt a little limited. It just felt limited when he was out there, and it was frustrating. And so I think a lot of Warrior fans are like, come on, Wiggins, you keep attacking the hoop, and you're just missing these and ones. Then you're going and you're smoking both free throws.
Right.
So,
No doubt.
there was a tension in that third quarter where I felt like the Warriors, if they don't have an 8+ point lead ending this quarter, we're going to look back and say, all these missed free throws, all these missed opportunities are going to come back to haunt them.
Yep, left a lot of food on the table. Yeah, but that 4-point play
was everything.
I said, okay, they have this.
That was everything.
And then they opened the fourth quarter with a 13-2 run that put it away.
It was amazing.
And Mike Brown's not calling a timeout. When he burns timeouts 60 seconds, and I don't want to crush Mike Brown.
No,
Mike Brown, I saw him
Mike
Friday
Brown
night. He's a good dude. He loves us.
The roster he had.
Yeah, he
as
did.
well as he could.
I thought he made a lot of mistakes yesterday in Game 7.
Look, I hear you on the whole Sabonis thing. At some level, though, in my estimation, Sabonis helped get you there. And I understand there's an argument. You got to do what you got to do to win the game. That is one of their top dogs.
What would Phil Jackson have done? What would Eric Spoelstra have done? What would Steve Kerr have done? What would Greg Popovich have done?
Let me ask you that.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but let's get to that. Game 4, the Warriors last year against Boston, they were better with Draymond off the floor. And then in the crunch time, with 6 minutes to go, he subbed him back in. And you know what Dre did? He responded with like 4 or 5 hustle plays, a defensive strip. Like he was brilliant in the final 6 minutes. But he did yank him, and then he went back to him.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
Steve Kerr made the tough decision of bringing Draymond off the bench in games 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he went back to Draymond in Game 7 saying, I'm going to my trusted 5.
Yeah.
You have to make decisions like that at that level. You know, the Lakers do it. They're not going to feel sorry for D'Angelo Russell if they bench him.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They'll play Rui a lot longer. Malik Beasley was starting.
Yeah, but
now he's not even playing.
But let me just present this. Isn't Sabonis more a part of what they did all year than what those other guys are?
He was. But after seeing Game 6, and then in the fashion that they blew the Warriors off the floor.
Looked unbelievable.
And they went small. They say, hey, Warriors, we know you came up with small. Like, the Warriors small ball lineup is winning them championships. With Trey Lyles at the 5. You had Trey Lyles and Keegan Murray in the corners.
And
Malik Monk and Fox at the top.
He
Kevin Huerter.
So brilliantly.
Now you brought Looney out of the paint. I don't think Looney grabs 21 rebounds because he's out of position if he's playing against that small ball 5 lineup.
True.
Maybe he's not even in the basketball game.
It's true.
So I thought Mike Brown didn't go down with his best punch.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. And Sabonis, you watch that second half over. Sabonis was just unplayable.
But he was
at
great
times.
in the first half.
Great in the first. He was solid. He was better. He was a lot better.
On the scale of how bad he was throughout the entire series, I thought the first half might have been his best half.
Sabonis overthinking the free throw attempts, not making those free throws, but making those elbow jumpers, I should say. The lefty hook coming up short.
Yep.
Sabonis getting pounded on the glass. Looney punked him in the third quarter.
Well, the offensive rebound where he was face guarding Looney and Van Gundy saying, "What are you doing?
What?
Like, box out, dog. Turn around and get a rebound."
So Sacramento has a decision to make. Sabonis is coming back with 1 year left on the deal and $20 million. You max out Sabonis, and you're capping your potential with De'Aaron Fox, I believe.
We all agree.
That's Sacramento's problem.
Yeah,
that's what they have to deal with. But I thought Mike Brown should have gone down fighting with that small ball lineup that worked so well Friday night. But you talk about the